We're going to talk quickly about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is a fantastic martial art, but its application to the street in all circumstances. Because you're not in a dojo, you're not on mats. So this is a local area here. Ranger and I are. It's a path going to running trails. People run here all the time. But the area where 10 feet away from that nice trail, lots of drug addiction, lots of homelessness, lots of mental health. So the risk of being attacked is higher. Yeah, absolutely. So, Andrew, third degree black belt BJJ, man, doing this shit forever and ever and ever. Dude, like, are you going to the metal sticking out there, rocks, gravel, nails? Talk to me, dude.
This is not the ideal place to end up on the ground. I think it's very important that people understand that when you're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or no-gi grappling, whatever the grappling art may be, we're doing it in a nice dojo on mats. It's cushioned. Some of the mats have springs under them, to limit the amount of injuries you receive, and you're not falling down on hard concrete, hurting your elbows and your knees, especially in a space like this where there could be needles on the ground. There could be, there's a lot of sharp objects. People don't realize all it takes is for me to fall backwards, hit my head on one of these sharp objects, and I could be dead. It's as simple as that. So from a jiu-jitsu standpoint, I think it's very important to understand that I do need, in a self-defense situation, I do need some striking. I do need the ability to be able to throw my hands a little bit and use the jiu-jitsu only as a mechanism to, if the person does come towards me and starts grappling with me, or we end up together because of the strikes, to be able to navigate through a stand-up situation where I can make space, push off, either go back to strikes and or find my exit route and get out of the situation. This is not a great place to grapple. That being said, if it does come to a situation where they're just not letting go of me and I do need to take them down, I do want to try to make sure that I end up on the top position. That way I'm just possibly hurting my knees, my hands or my fists.
Full mount.
Exactly, full mount or in their guard or side control, whatever, however it might end up as the takedown proceeds. I don't want to end up on my back. My head can now get slammed on the concrete, the back of my head. My back is exposed to whatever's on the ground. It's going to be harder to get up. As I get up, I'm going to have to possibly put my hand and my elbow on the ground, and I might get scraped up and cut. So if I can end up on the top position in those situations, that'd be ideal.
Yeah. And just being aware of your surroundings when you come in here. Hey, this is probably not the area that I'm going to do. So if you look at some jiu-jitsu programs, they even have street jiu-jitsu. Almost every one of them is a takedown to the ground and then some sort of control. You can see you probably don't want to go and pull someone in guard like you see in competitions with a metal beam sticking in the back of my head or
Absolutely
different things. But yeah, if you have to, get on top.
Get on top, inflict
Ground
some
and pound.
damage, ground and pound, get up and get away. I think there's a big misconception with jiu-jitsu people and grapplers that, in the street, a street self-defense situation, that the jiu-jitsu is going to save them. And that's why I'm a big advocate for, being able to have a little bit of that striking knowledge and only using the jiu-jitsu and the grappling if the two parties come together and you need to.
Yeah. And it's good to have, we've got the HAVOC, which is primarily stand-up, and then we have the ground zero, because you could be here, grabbed, close proxemics, clinching, and then you trip and fall. It happens no matter who you are. People make mistakes and have bad days. You trip and fall, you go to the ground. At least having the skill sets that Andrew helps bring to the table with ground zero is going to help you get on top, get dominant, and get control of the situation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks, brother.